Good evening, Gary Edward Geddall here, psychologist, psychotherapist. Tonight we are continuing to look at who is Meghan Markle. Just a small aside, as you can see, I'm in my office this evening here in Lausanne. It's an address called Petit Chêne, which means the small oak tree, I think. And as you can see behind me is my desk, which is always a complete and not a mess. That's just the way that it is. It's just a computer that's gone ding, which it does from time to time. So tonight, nobody here yet. So hurry up, you guys. Well, I'm going to start anyway. I'm going to start without you, and anybody that's seeing it later, then you'll know that you're one of the first to see it. So lucky you. So tonight we're going to do something a bit different, which I will explain on the video, but I'm also going to explain to you now because I have a moment to talk to you. Is that I'm going to share with you a case study. Now, this case study, which is a very unusual, problematic, this woman, not a girl, but a woman, that had it very difficult to actually sleep without having her teddy bear stuffed on her nose for the smell. Um, she came to me a few weeks before she actually admitted, "Hi, good evening," before she admitted what the problem was. But when she explained the problem that she couldn't sleep without this teddy bear, I found it a very interesting and a very complicated thing to deal with. And eventually, we did sort it out, as you will see if you follow all three segments, because it started to be the idea was through one segment. And by the time I'd recorded it, it became very, very long. It was like nearly 30 minutes. And so I decided to cut it down to three segments. So that's all you've got is three segments. So you're going to be left with a couple of cliffhangers, like any appropriate television program that you're likely to watch. So, and why? Why are we going to hear this story about this woman that can't sleep without a bear? Well, I'll explain to you. Is because when you actually hear all three parts of it, and you can take my assessment of it, you will actually be able to see how both Meghan and Harry, both of them, have had experiences that are similar to that. So I'm not just showing you this because it was my most successful case ever. Yes, most successful in as much. I'm sorry it's just shaking a bit because I've got it on the computer. But most successful in the fact is that in 1 week, a patient's symptoms just totally disappeared. Like totally. 1 week they were there, normal for her, and then the next week, totally gone. So there you go. So let's start. Let me just get onto this. There we go. Who is Meghan Markle? Hello and welcome. This is Gary Edward Geddall, psychologist, psychotherapist, looking at who is Meghan Markle. Now tonight we're going to have a look at the first part of Meghan's relationship with her parents. Now, to do something a bit different, tonight I'm actually going to tell you a version with a lot of details changed to protect the medical secret, but a version of a real story of one of my patients. The reason I'm going to tell you this is because I believe that somewhere this story of this patient is on some levels very similar to both the stories of the childhoods of Meghan and Harry, strangely enough. So, at one point, had a patient that came to me with a very strange problem, which she was quite shy to talk about, and it took quite 2 or 3 sessions before she actually came round to telling me what her problem really was. So it took a moment to trust. So I said, well, what is your problem?
I cannot sleep unless I am breathing in the smell, the odor of my teddy bear.
What do you mean you can't sleep without your teddy bear?
She sleeps basically on my face. Sometimes I turn over and I can't sleep, and then I wake up and I need to smell her again. It's the only thing that helps me sleep. I've tried everything else. I've tried insomnifers, sleeping pills. I've tried hypnosis. I've tried acupuncture. I've tried many, many things. I cannot sleep without my teddy bear. And because I cannot sleep without my teddy bear, I cannot have a relationship.
Now, this woman was in her mid-late 20s. So to be able to have a relationship because of this sleep problem is obviously a great difficulty for her. She has relationships, she's had relationships, she slept with men, she's been in love, but sooner or later the history of the teddy bear has become a problem because she just couldn't sleep. Even with her boyfriend at the time, even with his smell and everything, it wasn't enough. She wasn't able to sleep. So I said, well, okay, so tell me your story.
So when I was very young, I had my teddy bear, and I used to take it to bed with me to sleep. That was normal.
So I said, well, what was your relationship with your parents?
So my parents were... It was a bit complicated because I didn't spend a lot of time with my mother. I spent a lot more time with my father, and I wasn't very happy with that.
What do you mean that?
Well, my father, when he was around, he would take me to the park and he'd sit and watch me play and smoke his pipe. Or sometimes he would read a book to me.
So, and your mother?
Well, she wasn't really very available.
Why wasn't she very available?
Well, at night she would... Well, she wasn't available at night.
So, I presume she had breakfast with you?
No, she didn't have breakfast with us. You see, my mother, she was a manageress in a little cafe bistro in the town. And she had to work in the mornings to prepare for the breakfasts.
That's okay. Was that every morning? What about weekends?
Oh no, the cafe was open at weekends. So she had to go weekends and prepare the breakfast as well.
Every weekend?
Well, she was the manageress, so it happened like that.
So, okay. So then, 7 days a week?
Well, I don't remember, but maybe the other day she was tired in the mornings and she didn't get up.
So you had breakfast with your father?
Yeah, I had breakfast with Dad.
So if she did breakfast, then she'd be available, she'd finish early. She'd be available after school.
Well, she'd come and she would pick me up from school. And then because she was very, very tired from working, she'd let me watch the television and eat chips.
And then what happened?
Well, then she'd go to bed and have a lie down because she was tired. And that's how it would be until Dad would come. And then she'd sort of get up and make dinner. And then we'd have dinner. But she didn't talk an awful lot because obviously she was tired from working.
Okay, so what about holidays?
Oh, well, no, I don't remember much about holidays because, she was working a lot. And this is America. We don't have a lot of holidays always.
So, okay, that was your whole childhood?
So no, after a while my parents split up.
Okay. So you stayed with your mother?
No, I had to go with my father.
Why didn't you stay with your mother?
Well, my mother explained it to me, and she said it was because my father was mean.
Your father was... What do you mean?
Well, my father didn't want to pay child support, and he thought it was cheaper if I went and lived with him.
Oh, okay. So what happened?
So he went to work in the city, and we lived in an apartment.
How was that?
Well, it was tough. It was difficult because my father was very strict.
Did he punish you?
No, but when we went to do homework, he would stay and make me repeat things, and repeat things. And when I got my grades at school, he insisted that I only got good grades. If he didn't get good grades, he would be very disappointed.
Did he shout at you? Did he tell you?
No, he was disappointed. I could see by his face that he was very disappointed. He was very strict and was very tough on me. And if I got poor grades, he would sit down and I had to work and work and work until I learned the lessons and got it right.
Okay, and did you do any sort of other things outside of school?
Yeah, we did these things because he didn't know how to look after me properly.
Okay, so what things did you do out of school?
Well, I played soccer a bit with him because, I don't know, he likes soccer, and I was in a team for a bit, and then I saw somebody riding horses on the television, and I wanted to ride, and he took me riding.
In the city?
No. There was a ranch outside of the city.
How far outside of the city?
About an hour and a half.
And how often did you go riding?
Well, every weekend.
Every weekend?
Well, if there wasn't a competition.
So he would take you every weekend and you would ride?
Yeah, of course.
And what would he do?
Well, he would stand and watch and smoke his pipe.
Okay, so he'd stand and watch and smoke his pipe. And you said there were competitions?
Yeah, sometimes there were competitions. And then we'd drive and go to the competition. And then we would be sort of riding quite far away from the city.
How long did that take?
Well, 2 or 3 hours driving. And then we'd stay in a small hotel. Nothing expensive. He didn't want to spend too much money because he was so mean. And then we'd do the competition. And then we'd ride back. That's it.
Is that all he did?
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, did he go out? Did he have girlfriends? Did he have relationships?
Of course not. He was too mean for that. He didn't want to have a girlfriend. It cost money.
How do you know that that's the reason?
Well, Mum told me. That's what she said. She said they didn't want any relationships because he was too mean. He was always mean. She liked to spend money, and he wouldn't let her. And that was part of the argument and why they split up.
So you saw your mother often?
Well, not that often, because, she was working so much, and she didn't have that much time off. But when she would come, we'd go to the toy shop, or we'd buy lots and lots of toys. And we'd go there and have ice creams, and lots of food that Dad wouldn't like, and he didn't want me to have. And sometimes once she took me to Disney World.
Without your father?
Sure, she came, and it was a holiday day, and I was on holiday, and she said, "Come on, let's go to Disney."
In Florida?
Of course, let's go. And we just went. We went on an aeroplane, and when we were there, I think, oh, the police came in Disney.
So, what was the story with the police? Unfortunately, we don't have time to go into that now, as I've promised to keep these segments short. So I have to leave you now with a cliffhanger. Next week we'll find out what happened with the police. Promise. And next week we will continue to follow our story, our case study, all the way through to the end of her history. Not the end of the story. That's part 2 of this now 3-part episode. So let me know what you think of my attempts at animation. I'm personally quite proud of them. So I'll see you next Monday for the next segment. Please like, subscribe, share, and do all the good things, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Bye for now. All the best. Gary.
So, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. I found it a lot of fun. Very pleased with the animations that we've put together. I've put together, since I do everything by myself. So, there we go. That's all there is for this week. Sorry to leave you with bits of a cliffhanger. So, why is this story about the police in Disney? And why does this mother act the way that she does? Well, we'll find out. We'll find out at least a little bit more next week, and we'll definitely find out everything at the final 2 weeks. So, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Don't forget to send a message, comment, like, share, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.